Hey, Thokozani Bokoko, Thokozani Mkhulu, wherever you are. It's a long time not we interact in this channel, Silindza. It's a long time not chatting, not talking. Yeah, due to being busy with the work of the ancestors. So one find it very difficult sometimes to have a time to record something. Yeah, so, but at least I thank the ancestors that today I had the time to record something. As I've said previously, even in some of my videos, because of the type of audience that I have, I will use more of English in my YouTube channel and even on Facebook, because I have got international audience. Some they are in overseas, especially those one in overseas. They did request me that please, we are following you, and we like so much of the teaching that you have. So can you please make them in English so that we can also be accommodated? And then I agreed that yes, I will do so from now onwards. So, but when being a little mtukuluka makeretane hankarantim, umafavuka njengetangamane, hankarantim utula nyama senkopolo. Ngayiboni exactly ukuthi ucile amafutha amgadlela kandaba inyanga mthakathi. Ngenibingelela nonke. I'm so excited that I have this time again once more to deliver this lesson that I'm going to deliver today. It's a little bit controversial lesson to some other people. They will take it as if it's controversial, but I think there is a need that I will deliver such a lesson. I know that it's gonna be helpful to others. Please subscribe to this channel so that you won't miss anything that we are going to talk about. I'll ask different people who are fan of this page to subscribe, because some they just read but they do not subscribe. So if you can just please subscribe to my page, Silindza, here on YouTube, and you can also follow me on Facebook. Yeah, you can also follow me on Facebook so that you won't miss the lesson that I'm going to teach about, because there are so many lessons that are so vital that I'm still going to teach about. So let me introduce my topic today. My topic today, as I say, that's a bit controversial, is a topic about Kuzitwasisa, but I'm going to concentrate on the issue of self-initiation or Kuzitwasisa, because we have heard several people, even on Facebook, in different media platform or whatsoever places where they talk about that they are under self-initiation. So I think it's time that now this topic of self-initiation must be unpacked. I'll have to unpack it. Yeah, you know, when you talk about initiation, you must know that someone is initiated into be something. There's something that you are initiated because you are not something. Then you are initiated to be something that you are not. You know, like sometimes you hear the young men going into the mountain, and then they say they are going there to be initiated to become men. And then they went there, and then when they come there, they are full of confidence that now they are men. They've attained a manhood status. And normally these people, they look down on anyone else who have not undergone this very same process of initiation, because they think, some of them, they think they are the only custodian to declare a person as a man. They think they're the only custodian. You know, we have got the very same similar situation even now when it comes to ubunyanga, because there are some stages where one goes for initiation, and those people who come back from initiation, they've got a tendency of looking down to those who are also inyanga, but who have not undergone the very same way they are used to, because according to them, that becomes the only way that one can become inyanga. according to them. That's why then They will look down to anyone who have not undergone. The same as those people, those young men who go for the initiation into manhood, they've got a tendency of looking down to anyone who have not undergone. Bazothi undoda nje umdala nje, they could say uyinkwenkwe, but uyinkwenkwe because you have not undergone what they've undergone, which is not true. You see, it cannot happen only that way. You see, a person is born a man, and he will be a man because he was born a man. When he grown up, then he will have things that define that the person is a man now. It's manhood. You see, according to the one who created the person. You see, there is no need, because otherwise, the first person who was a man, who initiated that person into the mountain to become a man, it means that person was not a man. You see, so that's how people, they like to define things. We have got the same similar challenges when it comes to ebungomen nasemnyangeni, where people they will say a person can recognize as inyanga because he has undergone some certain stages, and then those people, if a person has not undergone that, and the person, according to them, will never be regarded as inyanga. They will only regard themselves as inyanga. But particular, what is bunyanga in the essence, what is to be inyanga? You see, to be inyanga mostly is someone who is going to be a healer. It's a healer, which means any person who is inyanga, who is a healer in African way, the person is inyanga. There would be different way where those people are initiated. It won't be one size fits all. Some people are born by nyanga, some are not born by nyanga. They will need to be initiated into it because they are not born into bunyanga. And then, but you will find that those people who are initiators or kobela, they will want everyone to undergo a similar situation. You see, yeah. So as I'm saying that my topic today, it's based on talking about self-initiation. You see, where people will find that they talk about themselves, that they are self-initiate, they are self-initiating, they are initiating themselves. These people. What is to be inyanga? Inyanga, it's any person who can heal. If you can heal diseases, then we regard you as inyanga. Inyanga, it's not just a matter of wearing beads and knowing how to dance and going around moving, drinking alcohol and getting. Then you think because by being that you are inyanga. The inyanga, it's someone who can heal people. It's someone who can divine people, divine the problems of the people, and be able the person to heal. Though we can have people, especially Magedla, some of them who cannot define, but they can also heal. And those people, they normally know Muti far better than even those who have been initiated. Those people, because they concentrate in developing themselves in the skills of knowing how to heal and knowing how to use Muti. That's why most of them, they normally a better healer. In most of the time, you find them being the better healer. So, bunyanga, it's more how to heal, because when a patient come at your home, you can't sing for and dance for a patient. You can't say izibongo to a patient and say, hey, mina nginsizwa kabani, ngizalwa ubani, ugogo ubani, umama. You can't say those things. Those things are unnecessary. They are for you. But when a patient comes, you must be able to divine that person, and you must be able to heal that person. So that's what will consist of a person being inyanga. You see, we have had people who have undergo a situation where they have been initiated as normal, where they balpuza balpalaza, and they went even for kuparula. And you find that such people, some of them, they cannot even heal. They cannot even divine, because that will not make them inyanga. It doesn't mean that once you alpuza or palaza, then it means now you know Muti. It doesn't mean that once you go for parula, then it means now you can heal people, you know Muti, and you can divine people. That's why we have got thousands and thousands of people who have undergone such practice, but they cannot heal anything. They don't know anything about muti, and they don't know anything about divining. Even Themba matambo, they cannot use bonds, these people, because some of them, they thought by undergoing such a process, then it means now automatically they are fully qualified kuba izinyanga. But you find that some of them, they're only good for in dancing. They know how to dance and kuhlehla and all the like, and go in emkitting and just drink alcohol. As we know, most of the nyanga these days, they are famous about drinking alcohol. Yeah, they find that that's the only thing. But when a patient comes, they cannot do anything about a patient, in which it becomes an embarrassment, because a person has got beads all over his body, in the foot, everywhere there's beads, and people, they see that, hey, when they see the person, say, hey, he's inyanga, but the person cannot perform the duties of inyanga, yet that person has undergo the initiation, because initiation is just the beginning. Yeah, so we have got people who say and who claim that they are doing self-initiation. We have got people who are doing self-initiation. Yeah, if some, they will even say, bona batwasiswa idlozi. You see, such people, in fact, they are, and they do exist. But I will put it in another way. You see, even those people, they need to have at least a certain mentor. There must be a certain mentor, because there's no way that Lidlozi can fully initiate you fully. But I know that there are people, the people who say such are the people who are not supposed who are not going to supposed to bow down, because I know that Bokobela might not like this. It's not everyone who is supposed to go and bow down to Bokobela. There are people and there are surnames who doesn't go and bow down to Bokobela, like my surname, especially people of my surname. They don't go and bow down to Bokobela. They only go and bow down to their grandfathers and their grandmother. And when they are in the process of an initiation process, like, they will go to their grandfathers and bow there to them, but because they cannot bow to anyone and just bow to anyone. And there are other people and other people's surnames who are not supposed to go just and bow down to anyone. And sometimes if they will go down and bow down to anyone, they will find that coming back from that situation, bowing down and all the like, they will find that their situation will go from bad to worse, because they've done what Ilidlozi Labo did not want to happen, and then they will go from bad to worse, because Lidlozi can teach you. It's possible. It can teach you so many things. It can teach you muti. It can teach you the divine. But though you will still need a mentor. That there must be someone. You need some, not like we humble yohlala ephehlweni. You will need someone, maybe akwenzele magobongo. You will need someone akuteacher inhlolo, because as long unedlozi, anyone lonedlozi can learn how to divine inhlolo, but you must have lidlozi. Not that you must just be blank and think that you will learn to divine inhlolo. You must have lidlozi so that you can be able to connect to the people. But anyone who has got can learn. You will still need a mentor, and such people, they easily learn, and you can easily learn even muti. You will need advice. Some of the muti will be you will be advised through your dream, but you need to still verify those muti from someone who is going to become your mentor. People who can undergo such are not the people who have got, whom Lidlozi Labo demands igazi. You see, and those people, Lidlozi Labo does not demand the blood like other ancestors where they demand blood with bambe bol puza balpalaze emini libalele. No, it does not demand, because There are people, especially those people who find that they've got sicknesses, like some they've got headaches, some they've got heaviness in their shoulder, some they've got dizziness, some they head fits, some they have got so much in their stomach, some they've got back pain, waist problem, leg problems, and all the like. Those people who have got all those symptoms, if lidlozi lakho is doing all those symptoms in you, you are definitely supposed to go for initiation. You are definitely supposed to go uyoliphuza uliphalaze and go for kuparula. It's because you are a candidate to go and kneel down. Because if you have got all those symptoms, you are losing your partner, you are losing friends, you are losing your property, you are losing your things, lidlozi is causing disaster in your life. It means your lidlozi lakho, they need you to go for initiation. But people who are not supposed to go for initiation, even if they've got lidlozi, they will have dreams, dream water, dream flying. They will have all those dreams that shows that they've got as ancestors. Sometimes they are given beats on the dream. They are given several things, shown muti, shown so many things happening to them on their trip. They will have those dreams, but idlozi labo will not cause all those things like sicknesses, all those things that I've mentioned. And if it happens that way, it means that person is not supposed to go ayolphuza alphalaza or also go for kuparula. That person is not supposed, there is no need for that person to go ayokobela and go and bow down ayokobela, because it means ubunyanga bakhe has fully been given by the ancestors. There is no need for that person to go for initiation. Such a person who doesn't have all those symptoms, that person just need a makobongo, adle makobongo. Maybe few of them might go just for kuparula if there is a need. But if there is no need for that, also you don't need to go there. You can still be a qualified inyanga without going all those stages of initiation, which I once mentioned, all those ones. You see, you can still be inyanga, because bunyanga you are given by your ancestors. You are not given by a person, because even a person, Gobela is supposed to listen to your dreams. It's supposed to listen to what your ancestors are saying. It's not always supposed to be one size fits all. You see, there's this thing they called a person ukubiza inkani. Ukubiza inkani, when a person abiza inkani, aphuphe imbuzi yakhe whatsoever, it shows that this person impela kumele alphuze alphalaze. You know, these days there are people who go to a person baze bathwase bangakake bayibiza inkani and nothing happened. It's some babi ephehlweni. When you ask them ukuthi yini kubiza inkani, they don't even know ukuthi yini kubiza inkani. They don't even know what is that process called, because some of those people, they were not even supposed to go for a phehlweni, because ubunyanga they were given by their own ancestors. And such people, you will find that they don't even have all those symptoms. Their ancestor, the lidlozi labo, the ancestral spirit does not torment them in any way. Because if your ancestral spirit, it torments you, it means it needs you to go and prepare yourself ungene ephehlweni. Because you can't tell me and say you are under self-initiation, but you have got constant headaches, you have got heaviness in the shoulder, you have got all your troubling, you are suffering, your feet are swollen, your feet are painful, your waist, your even your back pain, and all these things that I once mentioned that goes with the ancestral calling that you are experiencing, and then you're telling me you are under self-initiation and lidlozi lakho liyasithwasisela. Because if lidlozi lakho lisithwasisela wena, it won't trouble you. Otherwise, if lisithwasisela wena, why litrouble? Because it's supposed to just simply do the work. It's supposed to simply do the work. Because if you are a candidate for self-initiation, you won't experience all those symptoms. You won't experience all those signs, because you are a candidate for self-initiation. For you, it's that you get a mentor. And most of those people, fortunately, who are like that, you find that at their home already there are mentors from home. Maybe their grandfather or maybe their grandmother, they are already mentors. Then they will guide them. They will guide them and tell them that, okay, here at home, this is how we do ubunyang. Because a home, sometimes there will be a way they do their own things. Like at my family, we have got our own way of accepting bunyanga. If you are a man, and there's also the way of accepting bunyanga if you are a woman. We can't be just one size fits all. You see, so that's how we separate and see where a person who is supposed to go the so-called self-initiation, which is not self-initiation as such, ilidlozi, and that person usuke anikeziwe ubunyanga from birth. Because at the end of the day, I once say in one of my videos that there's nothing called kungenwa idlozi. Idlozi, we are born with idlozi. Every person is born with idlozi. If you are going to have imdawa, that imdawa you were born with imdawa. That's why when you come for divination, we can even see, especially find that you have committed abortion, that child was few weeks. We can see if the child was going to be a sangoma, if the child had ancestral spirit. We can divine and see and tell you the gender of the child and tell you exactly what spirit the child, and tell you the future of the child, what the child would have been if the child would have lived. And it's easy to do that. We can do it when we divine for you. So we need to differentiate this thing. And because there are some people who think they own bunyanga, and they think bunyanga is for them, especially Bokobela. They like as if they own bunyanga, and they like to make everyone to go one size fits all. As I've mentioned, I've made an example of the initiation into manhood. Some they even think, those who are coming from there, they think you are not a full man if you have not undergone what they think is, which is not true. You are still a man, not undergoing what they have undergone. It's their culture. It's the way they are needed according to their culture to be a man, that they must undergo the thing, and they don't have to look down on anyone else as if they have got the prerogative to declare any person that is a man. It's the same as Bokobela. They think they are the only one who have got the right to declare other people, Guti, you are now inyanga. If they have not declared you, it means you are not inyanga. It's not anyone who is supposed to go apuze al palace. It's not anyone who's supposed to go and undergo the process of uparula. As I've mentioned, that those people who are not supposed to go under those things, normally those people, that does not want to bow down. It does not want to just go down and bow to anyone. And such people, you will find that even they can't cope, even in employment wise. When they are employed, they don't last in an employment. Because why? They rather work for themselves than working for another one, because their spirit is not used to kneel down. Amakhosi, these people, they've got amakhosi. So because lingemakhosi, imagine that, thinking of a king bowing down, undergoing that process that you think of when you see people who are initiated undergoing that process from Gulpuza Alpalaza, from Jekukachegwa, moving from there and there. So a king cannot undergo such a process. So, but these people, they must know that these are the symptoms that they normally experience. Such people, they rather work for themselves than working for someone else. And those people is because their spirit, it's not used to bow down. Because these people, they must always be on top. They must not be at the bottom. Because it was labo lingemakhosi. And if they force to go for initiation, their things will go from bad to worse. And if they allow Bokobela to go there, you find they will stay a Peshwen, Lijozi Angegel Poboge, and they will stay a Peshweni, and they won't even Babize Inkani, and they will go this process and go all those process blank, and the Lijozi will not be there. And some of them, they know they will be witness to me. They've been to a Peshwen Lijozi Labashia. From a Peshwen. No, you are not supposed to be here. Because you are not supposed to be here because you have got the royalty spirit. The spirit, it's royalty. Because it's reality, you are not supposed to bow down. But now the circumstance, because from Bokobel and from pressure, because now Bokobel now by Funimal, but Funimal Pirana Bokobel. So because of those circumstances, they find themselves pressured that they must go to a patron so that they will be recognized. But we must remember that most of the time you need to be recognized by your ancestors, that Uinyanga, not just a mere recognition from other people who will move around posting and say, hey, we gave someone Bunyanga. And there are people who need to be given Bunyanga. And another thing that we need to understand is that umuntu alphuza alphalaza usuke enzela idlozi lakhe lokho it's what is needed by idlozi lakhe. Uma umuntu undergo parula adla isirope enza yonke lento leyo, it's what is needed by idlozi lakhe, but that doesn't mean ukuthi sewubunyanga lobo. Usuke satisfy idlozi lakhe so that izohlala kahle, so that that person will be able to start working and start practicing ubunyanga. That's why as I've said, there's so many of them who have undergone this process, but they don't know anything of healing. They cannot divine for people. They cannot do anything. So even people, even people, those who are in this category that I'm talking about today, they do need a mentor, what I would say. And not a Kobela as such, but Bazo need a guidance, especially if a Kayagini, there is no one who can guide you. But then you will need someone who can help you ngemakobongo, who can help me ngefuto, akusize uthole madumane, akusize uthole some other things, emadlozi, several things uzidle, akunika ibhemo, ezobhema ukuthi idlozi lakho lisebenze kahle, akuguide, because especially if there is no one to help you at your home, akuguide, so that now you will be full-fleshed inyanga, be able to divine for people and be able to also heal people all different kind of diseases. So that's how it is. So you need also a mentor being in that particular, but you must know that once now you foster things and undergo and take and bow down to pressure, you may find with it because at the end of the day you are not following what your ancestral spirit say. You are just following what men say. I think I will have part 2 of this topic because it's too long. There are so many things that I want to clarify about this topic. I think I'll definitely have part 2 of this topic. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Silindza. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Silindza, so that you can learn more. I will have part 2 of this topic of self-initiation because it's something that we need to talk more and more about it. Don't forget to subscribe, and you must remember that, as I've said before, that now we do divination over the phone. I know that some of the people, they say this thing cannot happen where you divine over the phone, but I know there are some people who have come to me and I've got thousands of people whom I've divined for over the phone, even overseas. They know that this thing, it works. I've divined for several people internationally, around the country, outside the country. They know that you can divine, or you can divine over the phone. For me, it doesn't matter wherever you are, we can divine for you. Even if you can go and stay in the moon, but we can still divine for you. We'll bring you your spirit from the moon and come here, and we divine for you and tell you exactly what is needed about you. Doesn't matter wherever you are in the world, but we can divine for you. Those who still say it cannot happen, they must come. We can divine for them so that they will see that it does work. And if by Nyanga they cannot do it, come to us. If something you cannot do it, come to those people who do it. Don't keep on criticizing it. Come to those people who can do it and learn from them so that you can do it. These days we have got patient. I've got patient even overseas that I help. So I cannot keep on saying those people must fly from USA or England or Belgium or France and come here for divination. Yet we can do it. So it's possible. These things we can do it. Please subscribe to my page and you can contact me for anything that you need more. Subscribe to our page Sinduna. Siyathokoza nene bengwazi, siyathokoza nebesilo. Siyavalelisa umntulu kaMakereta nehangarantimo. Avalelisa mafavuke lona njengedangamane isihlahla kasishi noma umlilo uvutha bowangwangu mafavuke njengedangamane umntulu kaMakereta nehangarantimo udula nyama senkopolo. Ningayiboni izaca kodwa igcwele amafutha amgadlela kandaba inyanga mthakathi. Sithi Sinduna ndawuwe kinonke bogogo omkhulu.